Welcome to the Fear and Greed Business News Afternoon Report for Wednesday, the 21st of August, 2024. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon, we've got the 5 stories that happened today that you need to know about. Story number 1, the S&P ASX 200 closed up 0.2% to 8,011 points today, continuing the almost 2-week streak of positive closes. The tech index did well, while the energy index was weakest, but again, it was all about profit results. Shares of the mining companies bounced on rising iron ore prices after China rolled out further measures to help its struggling property market. BHP, Rio Tinto and Fortescue were all higher, but really, bunch of profits. Run through some of them. The Lottery Corporation, operator of the Lotto, Powerball and Keno games, reported a more than 20% surge in net profit on annual revenue of $4 billion as more Australians signed up as customers. Helios, the struggling pathology company, said the sale of its imaging business was well advanced. It reported a full-year loss of $646 million. That was expected. Pallet maker Brambles was among the biggest gainers today after it topped its earnings guidance, with its share price hitting a new high. Property fund manager Charter Hall soared more than 15%. After promising a 6% lift in distributions over the coming year. Broadband provider Superloop jumped after forecasting stronger earnings growth this financial year. On the other side, among the hardest hit was insurance broker network AUB Group, despite forecasting higher growth, and corporate travel fell after issuing a profit warning due to changes to the UK's refugee detention program. Actually, there are a couple of others. Cleanaway Waste Management rose after it beat its profit expectations, and Bapcor, the ASX-listed group that owns automotive parts brands Autobarn, Autopro and Burson, halved its final dividend after reporting a loss for the last financial year. Story number 2, a jump in coffee machine sales in the United States has helped Breville's revenue surge to $1.5 billion last financial year, sending its share price up 5% today. Breville has more than doubled sales over the past 5 years, and net profit last financial year was up 8%. In the first half, sales stalled after Breville stopped discounting to preserve margins, but then trading picked up in the 6 months to the end of June, delivering double-digit revenue growth across Europe and the US. Apparently, cooking and food preparation appliances staged a turnaround. Chief Executive Jim Clayton said the new financial year has started with top-line momentum. Story number 3, insurer IAG has warned insurance premiums will keep rising, just like competitor Suncorp said yesterday. In IAG's case, it's the surging costs of tradies to repair homes, along with car parts and mechanics, pushing up premium prices. IAG said its premium income in the 2025 financial year, that's this financial year, will rise by mid to high single digits, a similar forecast to Suncorp. However, the problem is when customers make claims to fix damaged houses, IAG is forking out high costs to pay subcontractors, according to a report in the Fin Review. In Victoria, where much of the construction workforce is unionised under the CFMEU, labour costs rose by 18% in the past year, while costs of building materials like paint and plaster were up by 10%. These costs will be passed through over the next 12 months as insurance contracts are renewed. The good news is that IAG said price pressures on car repairs is easing. Story number 4, oil and gas giant Santos reported a larger than expected 18% drop in its first half core profit on the back of weaker LNG prices, sending its share price down 4%. While the result was disappointing, much of the focus was on future projects. Santos said the contentious Narrabri coal seam gas project in New South Wales was among several projects that could reach a final investment decision next year. The delayed $15 billion Papua New Guinea LNG project and the Dorado oil and gas project in Western Australia are also targeted for a final go-ahead for construction next year, as is Santos's first offshore carbon capture and storage project. And finally, story number 5, Ukraine launched one of the largest ever drone attacks on Moscow overnight, according to the city's mayor, with Russian air defense units destroying at least 11 drones flying towards the capital. Some of the drones were destroyed over the city of Podolsk, according to Reuters. Now, the city, which is in the Moscow region, is about 38 kilometres south of the Kremlin. The attack comes as Russia, while advancing in eastern Ukraine, struggles to push Ukrainian forces out of its own Kursk region 2 weeks after they smashed through Russia's western border in the largest invasion of Russia since World War II. The attacks overnight caused no injuries or damage, according to preliminary information. That's it for the afternoon report for Wednesday, the 21st of August, 2024. Don't forget to hit follow on the podcast and find Fear and Greed on LinkedIn, Instagram, X, TikTok and Facebook. Join Michael Thompson and I tomorrow morning for the Fast 5 by Fear and Greed. Top 5 business stories you need to know in just 5 minutes. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.